The proliferation of weapons and related components and ammunition remains a major area of concern for law enforcement, not just locally, but throughout our region.
The post-pandemic period has been characterized by an epidemic of criminal violence in the Caribbean region, and the most disturbing cases involve illegal firearms. But while the Royal St. Lucia Police Force has been aggressively conducting operations that seize firearms and ammunition, successfully bringing down the rate of violence from over 2 homicides per week in the summer to about 1.5 per week presently, they are still sitting on another problem waiting to explode: the stockpile of illegal firearms in their custody.
So why don't the police use those weapons? I guess that's the question being asked by everyone, apart from the police there. Why don't the police use those weapons? Okay, one of the reasons is that those are confiscated weapons you receive from perhaps criminals and other persons. And you know, if you receive a weapon from a criminal, you cannot put it back into the system. It's like putting tainted food into something. That means if the police is testing that weapons, and maybe there was a killing that happened 4 years ago, if they're using it, they cannot even say who used it. So you cannot put it back in the system.
But how do you destroy weapons of personal destruction?
MAG's global expertise in weapons management and disposal has been guided by CARICOM Impact's deep regional knowledge to create a program that enhances the Caribbean's collective security infrastructure.
New illegal guns are always coming into the island with cocaine shipments, and illegal guns are sometimes stolen and sold, becoming illegal guns in the process. Destroying a cache of firearms is not a solution that will make everything better. It is just one component of a crime-fighting plan that works.
This means that the solution to gun violence requires a shift in our collective thinking and our perspective. Like, growing research proves that the most effective way to tackle gun violence is to stop thinking of gun control as just law enforcement alone.
There are no magic formulas like defunding the police or reinvesting the money in social programs.
Most times you hear of a dichotomy in terms of gun violence. Either we do this or we do that. And if we are going to solve gun violence, let's take all the money from the police, let's give it to social services. No. Both policing and social servicing require funding. In fact, policing even require more funding more than ever, especially the state of crime we have.
Even deeper than a multi-sectoral approach is the insidious nature of imported culture that has acted as a surrogate parent to many fatherless boys for generations.
All of us have become normalized to crime, unfortunately. So we need to denormalize violence. The unfortunate reality is that gun violence is increasingly normalized in many countries in the Caribbean. We need to address the demand side of gun violence and the causation factors.
Violent crimes are committed by a very small minority of people in a relatively small number of localities. However, the effects of gun violence are such that everyone is traumatized by it until they become numb to it. The guns the police destroy today may not stop anyone from getting killed tomorrow, but part of the nature of small victories is that no one will ever have to lament that someone was killed because of one of these firearms ever again. For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seaflay.